What's good, family? It's your man, Coach Breeze, 1/4 for that OTH podcast. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with us tonight, live at 9 p.m. We finna talk about these combine results, free agency, all these rumors going around, and last but not least, what's the first domino that's finna fall this offseason? Free agency, draft, trades, who knows? Y'all tap in, get with us and get right. 9 p.m. tonight as we on the Huddle.
Yes, sir. We about to definitely get into it and owning the Huddle podcast. We got a lot of stuff to discuss tonight. You heard Breeze let you know what's going on. All season is here. Free agency is starting up. We just got done with the combine. On the other side is we're gonna get straight into it, man. We're gonna talk about these rumors, man. Kirk Cousins. I know it looks like Ceelo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
Oh, there you go.
Is he back? Is he still frozen?
He trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and his fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today. Man said tell CJ to drop it.
No, y'all not fixing that, bro. Y'all not fixing that.
Nah, it's over. You already put it out there, DT.
It's a great day for me, but what will be a better day will be when we get this team to a place where we're playing beyond the regular season, where we're competing for a championship.
Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. I am Deuce. We got Breeze. We got Ceelo. We got DT. What's up, DT? What's wrong, man?
I see you, oh boy. I see you. I see you. I'm so favorite to the intro.
So I was like, you know what? We're gonna leave this. We leave the O-line and all that stuff in for a little bit, man. We can go ahead and get through the all season with the O-line and the old, and then once we come back around OTAs, we're gonna get some coverage, man. You know, we get some more coverage of the pod and preseason games and when we at training camp and some stuff like that, and then we'll redo the whole intro over. But what's good, man? Hey, Breeze, that the intro is 5, man. How many takes did it take? How many takes?
Only took one take. I tried to do it. No, I swear. I tried to do it when I was at work, but y'all know where I work and there's planes flying overhead, so I couldn't get a good, every time I tried to record, I was like, let me just wait till I get in the house. So
I was just pumped when I saw that. I was like, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Ceelo. Good, man.
Was good. Feeling good. Talk about this combine and the underwear Olympics.
We talk about that background. Shoot, have we went back? Something guys ain't really up there.
You gotta do something about that. That dude been gone.
Crazy.
What's up, DT, man?
Not much, man. Look, this is we talked about a couple weeks ago. We tried to take a break. Ain't gonna be no breaks on this show. This about to be the easiest, most crucial offseason in Washington history. We got news, we got rumors, we got inside, I guess, information from sources, but we here, man. I can't wait to get this show rolling.
I guess we gotta talk about that. What's up to Ceelo, man? What's up, Garage? Garage was in here early before we even got here. What's up, Garage? What's up, Juan? Appreciate you tapping in. I know Monday Night Raw is on. I'm gonna catch it after the show. So don't put no spoilers in the chat, Juan. Appreciate it. Radar, what's good, man? Cuzzo, it's been a while. Where you been at, man? See you in a minute. Simple in the building. What's good, man? Combine, man. You know what I'm saying? Combine. I mean, what you think, Ceelo?
I don't think it's much of nothing. So quarterbacks didn't do anything except for except for a few cats.
You can say his
Uh,
name. Make him say,
MPX did his thing. Let's see. JJ looked exactly as I would expect him to look. JJ McCarthy, you know, you look like a 5th-round pick. And a couple other guys, you know, Spencer Rattler ran about the same as Joe Alt. So it is what it is. Except, you know,
That's straight
to
as
be a
nasty.
to be an RPO type quarterback, that's kind of tough. Yeah, no, it was good. No, for real talk, it was good. I felt like it was,
this
you
is
know, I feel like
nasty.
I was mostly. I know it's kind of weird, but I feel like the most exciting group is probably the offensive linemen, particularly the tackles. I think it's going to be like 10 tackles in the first round, bro. Like real talk. It feels like a deep top half of the tackle class. I feel like that's going to be a good place for us, especially. So that's exciting.
Some Jay McCarthy going in the second round or third. I mean, they hyping this dude up. There's reports coming out that he's QB2 now. That's Taysom Hill. It's Taysom Hill 2.0 with Henry. You know what? I might do a surprise drop in on Thursday when y'all talk about JJ McCarthy. We will talk to C. Henry about this JJ McCarthy. What about you, Breeze? Was you able to check out the when you come
Yeah, I mean, I saw a little bit of the receivers, and I saw, excuse me, like Ceelo said, none of the quarterbacks did. None of the quarterbacks worth talking about did anything.
radar
I
crazy?
think in a lot of ways it was pretty underwhelming, and I'm not a big combine guy to begin with. I think what's the kid from Texas? The receiver. I got his name. Xavier Worthy. I think he probably had like the biggest combine of anybody. He ran a 4.21, and the world found out he was fast. So now some people are saying he's like wide receiver #1 and all kind. You know how it is with the combine, man. It's ridiculous. Like, I literally saw somebody say that Xavier Worthy is wide receiver #1 now. And with all due respect, what? Like,
It sounds like a high schooler.
You sound like a high schooler.
he thinks like one. I'll put it like that. He's not.
High school
He's not.
students.
He's not. But he thinks like one. But yeah. I think a lot of the positions and even some of the more intriguing players that people were excited to kind of see and watch didn't do anything. A lot of them didn't even get measured at this point. But I think Xavier Worthy and Troy Fatanu, that's how you pronounce it. He had a good combine too, from what I saw. Did very well for himself. So those were the two guys that kind of stood out to me outside of the quarterback position. But yeah, I'm not in general not really a big combine guy. I'm not a fan of the Underwear Olympics though.
Yeah. What's up, Marcus? What's up, family? A lot of people got JJ McCarthy going in the first round. Yeah, the hype is real. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Sean Payton, he might not make it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he paid Taysom Hill generational money. DT, I mean, out of all of us, you know, this is your time of year. You love the combine. You know what I'm saying? So,
I barely watch it.
yeah, whatever.
No, I'm so serious. I barely watched the combine this year. I've been at work, other things, stuff like that. So yeah, I ain't watched the combine like that. But I did keep up with it. I think just to sum it up, the top two groups are the offensive line and the wide receivers. They show how deep they are in a lot of positions, wherever you can play the X, Y, you can play multiple positions on offensive line. I think that's going to be the heavy group that's going to go crazy on round one. I think, some of the draft analysts are talking about maybe 6 or 7 tackles or overall linemen going in the first round. And even then, it's still going to be some guys left. Wide receiver, definitely some guys stepped up. A.D. Mitchell, I'm going to have my eye on him a little bit more. He's somebody that's kind of intrigued me. Obviously, Leak Neighbors and them, they didn't run, but I know those guys are going to be doing their thing during the pro day. But overall, really the O-line, the wide receiver impressed me. Everybody else was, okay, maybe some guys in and there, but that's pretty much what I've seen this year.
What's up, Raw? So as far as the combine goes, Ceelo, from where you were pre-combine to now post-combine, has anything changed? Like as far as team needs, round one, round two? Because I think for me, for the combine, it shows us more of what we initially projected for there to be, and I think that happens every year. Like we start doing these mocks, and then once these, I think it's Hula Bowl, HBCU, Senior Bowl, Combine. Like once these things start happening, you're seeing these newer or these new prospects, or you starting to see these guys that you wasn't hearing much about. So these mocks begin to change. But as far as, let's say, second round, because I know you're QB first round. As far as second round, does it change? Like you got some linebackers that was running crazy at the combine, some edge rushers put up good numbers at the combine. Like, does that move you from, and then seeing these releases of offensive linemen that's happening around the NFL, does that change your view towards free agency and then the draft?
I mean, I think what I would like to see and what Adam's going to do are probably not the same. If I trust Adam at his word, he said he's not going to do too much in free agency. So I don't know what else to do but to believe him. And so, I would love to be in the Brian Burns, kind of category and things, and again, the top end rush DN, because I think we really need that. Like, if you believe in building inside out, we have nobody, in my opinion, who is NFL caliber that anyone's going to be afraid of on a defensive end position. If you want a 4-3 or 3-4, whatever, outside linebacker rush in. So with that being said, I would think that remains our need. May even have increased our need after the combine. But I think that from the draft perspective, I think they invest heavily in the offensive line, because I think they really want to see this early in the draft. So to your question, second round, I can see them going that second round pick, tackle or even guard in some cases. Because I don't know if the center position and DT can help out. I don't think there's too many centers out there right now that I can think of that may go that high. But definitely in the tackle world, I can see that first one being a tackle, and I can possibly see the second one being a tackle too. But tight end is becoming a thing as well. We just released Logan Paul. We will be releasing Logan Thomas. It was already announced, so they already had a little goodbye thing on the website from the Commanders. So that becomes an absolute critical need.
That thumbnail was crazy.
That thumbnail. I thought he died.
And stuff. I was like, this is crazy.
I thought he died. I was like, is he still alive?
That thumbnail was crazy.
But I think tackle, tight end, a heavy on offense is going to be, I think, the focus in the first half of the draft. I think free agency is going to be a lot more defensive, and I think nothing's changed. I just think that defensive end position is going to be like one of the most important positions to figure out in this offseason.
Looks like we got a trade. What's up, Yam? Caleb, Michael Nuenu? I don't know.
You up here want me to be Adam Schefter?
Tyron Smith, Bryce Huff, Josh Allen top. I still be surprised if the Jaguars don't tag Allen, but Bryce Huff is not getting the tag. That's my second free agent.
Yeah, he a Jack.
Yep. Yam said he hope you right. Here's the trade. The Bears just traded with the Bills for Ryan Bates for a fifth. Regardless who they take at quarterback, if they start to correct the trenches, I'd be happy as a pig in the mud and a high noon on a July summer day. I mean, where you at, Breeze?
I mean, I think we understand what the plan of action for number two should be. For the second round, I think it's heavily dependent on their course of action in free agency. I don't know I think they'll spend big on maybe one or two people, but I don't think they're going to just blow through the money with all big contracts. I don't think that's smart to do. Nor do I think that's what they want to do. I think they should just. I think both the second round picks should go on BPA, because there are just that many holes on not just offensive defense on the entire team. You could again depending on what happens in free agency, but you're looking at least one tackle, interior linemen, ends, linebackers, potentially safety, tight end. Like it's holes all over the roster. So I think once you get to that second round, and barring trading back up into the first round, which I don't think they're going to do unless it's somebody special that falls, I think you're looking at BPA for both the second round picks.
DT. Yeah, go ahead, DT.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking more with how Dan Quinn and Peters, I think they want to try to build the defense up a little bit and probably add a couple of veteran assets in turn for the offensive line and maybe a tight end there. A guy like a Noah Fant, never really been utilized before. I think things like that, and then try to build more of the offense through the draft, where as much rich talent as we've seen, especially we talked about the offensive line and the wide receiver position. I know people are going to say, well, wide receiver, they said it's our wide receiver group right now is good, but I still think, that's a position that you kind of have to recycle kind of yearly with the amount of talent you have at those certain spots. And, we don't really have a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", play above the rim. And you kind of want to use Terry more for the yak yards and things like that. But I think that should be the philosophy. It probably will be the philosophy. I can see some. When it comes to free agency, though, I don't think they're going to have like the big splashes, right? I think it might be at least one key splash, maybe like I know people are probably I don't know, maybe a Tyron Smith, even though he don't have future plans for further than 2024, but he's a veteran that can come in with an O-line that's looking to be pretty young in this offseason and just give him a 1-year rental until they get some things squared away.
That's going to be interesting to see how this plays out this weekend up into next week, because we'll start seeing more and more rumors as this week progresses. But yeah, Marcus, tackle tight end Theo Johnson. What's up, Chuck?
Trill.
I think he was a god, Trill. Yeah, Buffalo trying to get under the cap. The Trail,
Real
man.
quick, with
He said he's an interesting figure. That's crazy.
With this receiver position, what's up, Ree? What's up, Trill? With this receiver position, I think we need to take a deeper look than a lot of people kind of realize. Like Terry is gonna be 29 this season with a year or two left on his extension. I think Jahan is probably better utilized in the slot. Curtis, as of right now, is not under contract, and after those three, we're looking at Diami, Pringle. Like we don't need to go past that. Like we understand you can easily upgrade from anybody past Curtis Samuel, and maybe even including Curtis Samuel. And again, with Terry, Terry was drafted as an older player, so obviously he's going to hit his peak faster and probably decline faster if there is a decline to happen with Terry. But as we all love him, like I think you could make a case for looking at receiver as early as 2 or 3. I think there are bigger needs right now, but you can definitely make a case that position needs to be like DT said. You kind of got to recycle that and kind of have guys waiting in the wings. You can't wait till the guy falls off and then try to replace him. Like you got to kind of have somebody waiting and ready to go. So it's going to be interesting to see how they attack that position Not just in the draft, but in free agency too.
And yes,
So
yeah, to answer your question, those hoodies will be available right around the start of free agency this upcoming week. Hey,
so
Riri.
would you guys draft a wide receiver even though you might bring a Curtis back? Because me personally, I still would draft a wide receiver, possibly high, especially if he's the best player on the ball.
Definitely.
I would absolutely. With or without Curtis, like I said, because after Curtis, there's a lot to be desired. Regardless of
Yeah.
what you individually think of those players, from a production standpoint, you talking about De'Ami Brown, Byron Pringle, and I can't even remember who's after Pringle right now.
That's it. I don't think we
Like
have no
Pringle
more.
Kaz Allen, who's
Kazia,
not gonna play
yeah.
receiver, like he's a return man who whew, struggled with that last year. Well,
That ain't
in
hot
the,
trouble.
in preseason struggled at that. He didn't even get a chance really in the regular season. So yeah, absolutely. If you know the right, especially if the right guy's there, and would have been a deep class, is bound to be talent. You know, in second, third, maybe even fourth rounds. I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
All right. So
I think that
Marcus, I'm sorry, go ahead, Ceelo.
I was just gonna say, man, the more y'all talk, the less excited I am about this offense. Like you know, you got Terry. We're projecting a little bit. Terry, Jahan, and like Brian Robinson might be the three best players under contract on
Yeah,
offense.
I don't even think that's projecting. I think that's. I mean,
With
as it pertains to who is under contract right now, that's
Under
a
contract.
statement of fact. That's a statement of fact. And there's no guarantee that Curtis is going to come back. Is going to be resigned.
And I also think with the target share and how we have used Curtis the last couple of years, he's typically been a guy you put in the slot based on his versatility. And where you see Jahan has the build and the route running ability to play the slot. So especially in this offense, I think he would definitely eat with the option routes being provided. So I think you really need another outside guy to go with Terry, man. You need that
And
guy
Jahan,
that's
yeah.
over the rim and still have some yards at the catch as well.
Yeah, because
I don't
Terry getting
necessarily.
up there.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think you need like a 6'4" guy. I think that's a little bit overrated in this era of football with everything being so spread out. But I'm not finna turn my nose at that either though.
Most definitely. I got you, Cuzzo. So this kind of takes us into the rumors, right? I mean, look, man, Kirk Cousins, right? So it came out today that I think it was Ian. Ian was on McAfee. It was a Schefter. No, I own one of them was on, and they was talking about how they was asking about Kirk Cousins, and no, because Adam Peters said on in an interview a couple days ago that we can move up, we can move back, we can do whatever, like all options, everything is on the table. So
Mhm.
because he said that, he opened up the floodgates of all types of rumors for us. Everybody that's available has been projected for the Commanders. Right, any person that's available for a trade that's going to be released is all projected for it because we can go any way. And to be honest, this is probably the first time that people are guessing as much as they are about what we're going to do or what we want to do. Like this is unprecedented territory for us, and it's
Mhm.
all season, especially having as many like experienced front office and coaching staff that know so many people that a lot of stuff is not being leaked out until they're ready for it to be leaked out. So that's the Kirk Cousins. I mean, he put out a video was 2 weeks ago. Him dropping back, throwing a football or whatever. It looks good. You gotta understand that's a tennis court. Tennis court has pretty much less resistance as any other, court, floor, or whatever in all the sports. So it's not going to be too much, too much friction between that Achilles on that. So you gotta take that with a grain of salt, man. He's a quarterback that did a clip on the tennis court, so that should automatically raise a red flag. But I just, I'm thinking he's not going to be. I'm thinking he'll be on a PUP list, but who knows, man? This the technology and the medicine these days. But DT, if he can be healthy for training camp, if it's a guarantee that he's healthy for training camp, are you taking a flyer on Kirk Cousins?
No. I get it. He's a veteran, very consistent, top 10 and maybe 12 to 15 quarterback, wherever you put him. To me, I don't even think he fit the offense, in my opinion, quite honestly, because I don't even know what the offense is really going to look like. Because Cliff Sands, everybody said air raid was like, well, it's not going to be air raid, so I don't know what's going to look like. But I just think, man, me personally, it's time to get that young guy and let him get to the ropes. I know we did it with Sam Howell last year, but it was really a lame duck situation last year with how the roster was constructed around him and EB. We all know the whole EB thing, but I think Kirk want to go to a contender anyway. I think a team like Atlanta would suit him more, or maybe even Minnesota. But to me, and I know this is kind of off topic a little bit, but still with the football, Kirk is really, to me, the biggest domino that needs to fall in this offseason. Then it'll be Justin Fields, because I feel like, to me, wherever Kirk Cousins go, that's what kind of tells you a little bit, okay, where Justin Fields might be headed to if the Chicago Bears pull off a trade based on possibly the value.
A lot of people believe that Kirk Cousins is great in Kyle Shanahan offense, because I believe the Falcons have Zach Robinson, right? So Ceelo said he was horrible in Kyle Shanahan offense. So I don't know, man. What you think, Ceelo? Where you at with Kirk Cousins, man?
He was. Y'all don't remember him in Kyle Shanahan offense? He got benched. I mean, everybody keeps saying that Kyle loves Kirk, and because they selected him in the same draft as RG3, but like he came in to save the season when he came in Baltimore, in relief. But when he actually got a chance to like actually start, it was bad. So I'm not sure where this whole like Kyle Shanahan offense fits Kirk or vice versa. Like, I just haven't seen it. Now, definitely is improved under Jay Gruden and the McVay, kind of offense, which people say is a derivative of Kyle. I don't think it's exactly that, but I think it's it's kind of similar. Obviously, a big on play action, running game, stuff like that. But anyway, I don't know why everyone thinks he's going. Like, everyone thinks he's going to the 49ers going to go after Kirk because they're not really believing in Brock, and we'll see. But the point that DT made was spot on. We have no idea what Cliff's offense is going to look like, and can you imagine? Let's say Cliff's offense is a little bit similar to what he did in Arizona. Kyler and Kirk may as well be oil and vinegar. Like, their games ain't nothing alike. So, and Kirk in like a spread, or let's not call it air raid, like a spread type offense where you don't have any motion. Like, that's the thing that's one of the interesting parts about Cliff's offense, at least how it was in Arizona and how it was at Texas Tech. Like, they don't do much motion. Like, they don't do, like, they snap the ball and they go. And I think Kirk appreciates a lot of motion, and a lot of QBs do, because you figure out what defense you run and stuff like that. But I just think that'll be a bad fit, the way that, as much as we know about Cliff's offense. I just don't think it'll happen mostly because of fit, not because of Kirk. So, and plus, I think they do go young. If they go quarterback in free agency, it's going to be like a backup or someone to support the new guy. I doubt that they go a QB1 in the free agency. I think they're going to go in the draft.
All right, so correction. Trail was saying that the asphalt court, the tennis court, is more resistance than clay or turf. The way he was moving, though, he ain't going to be ready no time soon. Yeah. He looked good for my eyes. I mean,
Which
I don't
Achilles
know.
did he tear?
I don't know if it was the right one
I'm
or
not
the left
sure.
one. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I blame RG3 for anybody putting out videos for recovering back from injury. I swear.
So Trail, what you think? So you because originally I thought he was going to be on the pup list to start the season. So I mean, what you thinking? And you have to say, didn't the Bears basically just say that they are waiting to see what Kirk? I think you're right on, DT. Like, if Kirk chooses to stay with Minnesota, then I think Fields gets moved to Atlanta. If Kirk goes to Atlanta, I think Fields may go to Pittsburgh or the Raiders. So I don't know, man. Trail said he's nearing mentor around. I think he's gonna retire before he start being a mentor. I don't think Kirk is somebody that want to hold a clipboard. I don't think he want to be a coach. I don't think he wants any of that.
Yeah, he already said if you believe it is made, he wants $50 million a year.
That's
So
insane.
That's not clipboard money.
You said it was his right Achilles.
Yeah, I'm good on that. A quarterback who isn't exactly mobile, who tore and he's 36 years old, as Trail just stated. Damn, Kirk that old now? Damn.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
But I remember when he was in Michigan State. And having to push off on that right leg. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, and he's right. He's right-handed, right? So yeah.
I don't think Kirk wants to mentor nobody. Kirk probably rather retire. He's paid. I don't think he got no championship aspiration. I don't think Kirk cared about what nobody think about him.
I think he has championship aspirations, but not at the cost of holding the clipboard and mentoring some 22-year-old.
That's another thing, man. Like, why would he want to come here? I mean, I guess to get paid, but we ain't championship. Sorry to say, we not championship caliber right now. So
nope. I don't see it, man. I don't see it, man. What's another rumor? I mean, we've talked about Justin Fields enough. Russell Wilson was released today. He was released today.
Do you know how badly you gotta want to get rid of somebody to take an $85 million dead cap? His dead cap hit is so big, you leave like, yeah, y'all can split that up. Don't even worry about it. Y'all, we ain't gonna take the whole thing at one time. Like, I'm good on Russ, bro. Like, as much money as he was. Now, granted, I know the situation with Sean Payton was incredibly toxic for both of them, but I'm good on it. I'm good. For a team to take that much of a dead cap hit to just essentially give up on a player, and I don't want to say give up because Russ is an older dude at this point, but I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. I think Russ is more mentor around the Kirk is at this point.
Hey, Trey, I don't know if you're trying to be funny at the same time. But I don't really think it's funny. I don't really think it's funny, bro.
Straight chat is back, man. Catching strays.
I don't really think it's funny, to be honest with you, man.
I'll make a space for straight.
My man was out there, John, with a do-rag at the combine.
Purple do-rag at that.
Oh man. Let me see. Sean gonna mess up the Broncos like he did the Saints. Nah, they gonna get he gonna draft Taysom Hill 2.0. He gonna draft Taysom Hill 2.0.
If Carson Wentz, I know to spread it up there, but if Carson Wentz would dream of having the career Russell Wilson had.
The crazy thing is, Russell did have a good year. I mean,
he bounced back.
Yeah, he started off slow, but he definitely bounced back.
Yeah,
16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions is not good.
I mean, I'm talking about that, like doing
No,
that.
this year he had 26-8.
Oh, this year?
Yeah. Stop. Scroll up. I know. It's other options, man. Go to 2023. Don't look at the first year now.
He said, "Scroll up."
On,
Hey
man.
Chase, you know who I'm talking about?
I don't
Taysom
want
Hill
Russ.
2.0. Taysom Hill 2.0. That's who he.
I don't know where Russ went somewhere to be interesting.
Russ is the new Carson Wentz. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think
don't
Russ.
know,
I think Russ done.
But I ain't taking that chance. I tell
I
you
think
that.
he's done, but to say he's the new Carson Wentz, like I said, Carson Wentz would go to sleep every night and dream of the career that Russell Wilson had.
I mean, he was. I mean, we have our Carson Wentz spiel from the year before he came left. What was that? Weeks 3 to 14, he was like top 5 in the league. Blah blah blah. And you can argue that Russell Wilson had a little run in the middle of the season too, when he was one of the top quarterbacks. So I don't know, man. Might be right, man. I don't know. But I definitely don't want to take a chance on him. I'm sorry. I don't want to take a chance on him.
I don't want Russ.
He said,
I am intrigued. Someone going to need a quarterback.
Oh, somebody going to get him. He ain't, yeah. It might be Atlanta. Sierra go to Atlanta. She ain't coming to DC, though.
Come on, man.
She definitely goes to Atlanta.
He already
She's not
told
going
us,
to
though.
Atlanta. You know who live in Atlanta? She not going to Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
You think she's gonna move that family with baby future to Atlanta? You tripping? You done lost.
She definitely ain't going there. She definitely ain't going to.
If this one team Russell Wilson is not playing, I fucking promise you it's the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh man, you right, yeah.
That'd be hilarious, dog.
Right,
oh
man.
my goodness.
Imagine
Sign
taking
me up
Marvin
for that.
to trading 36 pick to move back in the first round for Amarius Mims. Take MPJ. Nah, Trey, you said he want to go get drafted. Nah.
Russell Wilson going to pick.
You think MPJ gonna last to the third round?
No, he ain't gonna last to the third round.
Mm-mm.
Russ going to Pittsburgh.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Mike Thompson.
Might check out Guru.
That's gonna be that's gonna be a long distance relationship because she is not going to Pittsburgh.
Definitely going to Pittsburgh.
She is not moving them kids to Pittsburgh. No way. Yeah, true. Hey, you know what? We need some type of rules, or we need something on this new information thing. Like, cause it's getting out of hand, man.
Hey, somebody
want to change their mind from the morning to the evening. Like, come up with new information. Like, we got to set some type of bound. We got to do something, man.
If the Steelers get Russell Wilson, gotta check on Guru, bro. Can't even call that man Guru. Gotta call that boy Sage.
Nah, it don't. That household don't move like that. See, Henry, that house don't move like that, bro. That house don't
daddy
move
moves
like that, bro.
Very wild, bro.
So man, I mean, in Oakland, Vegas, I can see that.
I can never see that.
Yeah, I can see Vegas.
I can see that.
I think they try to get Jalen.
I don't know, man. New fact, he got 100% cleared medical and was the best passer at the combine. I mean, to be fair, like the top 3 guys didn't throw. But let me ask y'all this: like, he looked far better. And I know those words don't link together, but he was far better than those other. He was like in his own lane compared to those other dudes that was thrown. And
I mean, he's like 27 though.
In both groups. Minnesota.
Sierra not going to Minnesota, boy. It's cold as hell in Minnesota. Negative 15 degrees. Sierra is not going to. Listen, Sierra dictates where Russell Wilson plays at. She for sure not going back to Atlanta. She not going to Minnesota. She not going to Pittsburgh.
I mean, Denver ain't exactly 95 degrees either.
Yeah, I mean that was a bit.
It was weird.
that was a business decision because of the money involved, and they just gave him all the money back to go home. So,
But she went there though, but she had to like groom him. But now she got him, where she wants him to be. She
matter of
ain't.
fact, that might be why. I went to Denver with you last time. It didn't work out. I'm picking a new spot, and they gonna go to Vegas, and then all of a sudden, Sierra gonna have a residency in Vegas or something crazy. It whatever, man. Listen,
She said that
Russ
1-2 step.
gonna be he gonna be on the Fox halftime show.
Oh gosh.
that'll be fun.
He killing.
Look, man, Joe Milton looked good throwing the football. Yes, he did. But he ain't make one pass. What's up, Unc? All right, man. Who else is out there, man? But how do you all think this changes? Do you think who is QB1 and free agency or trade available? Like if we say Justin is on the trade block. And it looks like Lance may be on a trade block. Some rumors about him possibly going to Minnesota if they lose out on Kirk. But as far as like Kirk and Russell Wilson, who you think is QB1?
Ooh, just between the two of them.
Yeah, because I think Justin is probably. I think he's right behind Kirk, but because of youth, I think.
Yeah, Justin will be my QB1 if he's included in the conversation. But just between Kirk and
But I don't know though, because think about it. You think, let's say, Atlanta, right? You think Atlanta will want Justin before Kirk?
I think the youth factor, Kirk coming off of injury. For Atlanta specifically, Justin Fields is from Georgia, so that could help sell tickets and boost ticket sales and revenue in that fashion. If I'm making a decision and I'm Atlanta, I'm probably trading for Justin Fields before I'm trading for Kirk Cousins. If I think there's something to build on and grow and develop right there. If I'm looking for a stopgap, then I'm probably taking Kirk Cousins. But if I look at Justin Fields,
gonna cost you 40-50 million.
Exactly. Kirk don't want stopgap money. So that's another thing. The money and Kirk Cousins has already had fully guaranteed contracts. So the money he's probably going to command, most teams probably not looking to pay that right now for what they'll probably want him to do.
What's up, Carlton? Man, Kirk Cousins QB1. Trail says Russell Wilson. Yeah, I mean that's true. Russell Wilson had a good year. Like he was having a good year, but I think what was that? Matt Earl was like, like a Carson Wentz. Remember, Carson Wentz was cooking during a time period of the season before. Unc says Russ is 2. Kirk depends on offense. I think that makes sense. Henry Kirk feels Russ Baker going back to Tampa Bay. He is from Georgia. They like them running quarterbacks. Yeah, I ain't even mentioned Baker because I think I'd be surprised if he doesn't go back to Tampa Bay. Justin took 30 games to have his first 300-yard game.
I mean, he also didn't have much of an offense built around him in Chicago. Like DJ Moore was probably the first legit option. Like they traded for Chase Claypool and tried to make him like the number one option in Chicago. Like DJ Moore was the first real number one option. Justin and what's the tight end they had? Cole Kmet. Yeah, those are probably the two like legit options that he's really had in the passing game.
All right, so like segue into this, man. Who do y'all think will be the first domino to fall?
I think Justin.
You think Justin? Okay.
I think Justin, based on the fact that Chicago has to make that decision first, whether they want to trade him. Like if they trade Justin Fields, then that kind of outlines at least that what the first pick of the draft is going to be more than likely, and then kind of the draft starts too with the Commanders and so forth and so on. If they keep Justin Fields, then there's a whole bunch of intrigue as to what Chicago's going to do with the first pick. Knowing that they still have the 7th or 8th pick too. I think Justin Fields is the first like legit domino to fall.
What do you think, Ceelo?
I think Tampa will take care of Baker, like you just said. So they'll take one more off the market or potential market.
You think he's a domino though?
I don't know if he's a domino, but I do think you keep hearing Baker to New England. That's like for some reason. I think DT said it. There's a correlation between him and their offensive coordinator. So there's the rumors about that. So I do think that'll be a little bit of a domino. But I think the Kirk injury makes things interesting because, like, if you sign Kirk, you may not get him until like week 4 or 5. So is that how do you incorporate him into a new offense when he can't even practice? So I feel like Justin makes the most sense, and I think teams will kind of wait on the Kirk thing because of the injury, and then you'll see everything else kind of fall in place.
But they can't wait for so long, DT. Like they gotta make a decision this upcoming week at least. I'm quite sure they're going to get some medicals for him, if they inquire about him. But if he's not going to be ready till October, I don't know. I don't even know if the Vikings going to want to take a chance and sign him back. So, I mean, we got the Raiders. I think the Falcons. I think they ready to start balling. I don't think they want to wait for Kirk until October. Pittsburgh may wait, but I don't know, man. That's going to be very interesting. What you think, DT?
It's interesting, but I don't know, man. I just feel like this might be nasty. I just think some people will take Kirk Cousins, even though he's going to be recovering, over Justin Fields. And I love Justin Fields, but he ain't shown nothing yet, man. I understand situations matter, but
he said got a USC pro day.
I think what happens is wherever Kirk Cousins go, then that's when the Justin Field trade happens. I would not be shocked if he goes to Minnesota.
Ooh, Justin Field?
Yes. They have had multiple NFC North trades past couple of years. You got C. Henry. Remember, Hawkinson got traded to the Vikings. Who else got traded? I can't remember. But I think that GM and Poles, they have a great relationship.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough, man.
Imagine him over there.
I just think Justin Fields has a bigger trickle down effect, but I think what happens with him has a bigger trickle down effect. I think if you trade for Kirk or sign Russ, I think that I don't know if that has a bigger domino effect than what happens with Justin Fields, just because Chicago has the first pick in the draft, and it's literally what they do with that pick is literally based on what they decide to do with Justin Fields first.
Yeah, I think it still can go Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, and then you'll have a clear understanding about the pick. Because I think the pick really I think the pick matters more if they decide to keep Justin Fields. Because now you got teams trying to get up. Go ahead. What you about to say?
James Williams, that's what it was. Jameson Williams.
Okay. So then you got teams trying to get up to, get one of these top quarterbacks.
But
you have 3 of them now.
I have a question about that though. And just correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me. If they do decide to keep Justin Fields, do they then lose leverage in trying to trade for that number 1 overall pick? Because if you keep Justin Fields, okay, we know y'all not gonna draft Caleb. I'm assuming y'all not gonna draft Caleb, and at this point, the assumption is that Caleb is number 1 overall. Like, do you then lose some of your leverage with that? Because right now, it's like yo, we don't know what y'all might do. Like,
the pick.
So that was my theory. Breeze was like, all right. So if people believe you got to trade Justin now because that's part of the whole quarterback market. Like, you want to make sure he gets an opportunity to go somewhere. A team's gonna have to address their quarterback needs, yada yada yada. I'm of the opinion that, and this is just a low percentage play, but what if Chicago holds on to Justin all the way up until the draft, and you kind of treat Justin like a draft pick, and so certain teams are like, okay, we got Justin plus Dre, yada yada yada, and maybe the day of the draft or whatever, close to the draft, you start to see trades related to that, which means you get a draft pick, etc. So you could either do Justin right by having him do the trade right in free agency to make it competitive, before the quarterback market dies down. I just don't think the quarterback market in free agency is that big and that competitive. You got Kirk, you got
I mean,
Baker.
it never really is though. Like,
Yeah,
But see,
that's true too. That's true too. So I just feel like the timing of Justin isn't really like forced on Chicago. They can wait as long as they want because the quarterbacks are such that you can do that.
I
This
think the
ain't like the end
compensation.
or linebacker stuff like that.
I think the compensation decreases because, like, you have Atlanta, right? You got Pittsburgh, you got the Raiders. We all kind of agree that Tampa Bay is going to bring back Baker. Like, all three of these teams is in for a trade. Like, all three of these teams is in to trade or sign one of these quarterbacks. So let's say Kirk goes to Atlanta. And the Raiders too. And let's say Russ goes to Pittsburgh or whatever, because they don't want to trade Justin right now. Somebody else make a move. So you're losing out on two teams that could have been part of the bid to draw the trade value up. That's how I think.
I think if someone offers a nice package for Justin, you make it. But if they're like lowballing you and stuff like that, it depends on how you look at the quarterback market. Like, what would you do? Your GM, would you trade a second for Justin, or would you look at the plethora of quarterbacks in the draft and take your chance with those guys? So you got to really see it. How do you value Justin compared to how do you value Justin compared to to the guys? Let's say second tier, JJ, MPX, all those guys, and that's his market plus whatever the free agency, which also ain't that great. So I just think that his value may not be what we think it is. That's why I don't think it's that like Chicago's like, I'll wait because, it's no quarterbacks in free agency that is really worth the draft capital. And if I'm gonna get something low for Justin, like maybe third or later, I can wait on that too. So I agree. I think they'll wait. I mean, I think they'll do it in free agency. I just think there's a possibility they don't feel rushed.
Yeah, like if you get 3, if they trying to give you a 3 or lower now, it's only going to get worse the closer you get to the draft, especially if you're going to choose Caleb, because they know you're not going to have both of them on your roster.
Right.
So the longer you make them make a move, if you're getting Caleb, the worse the compensation is going to get.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, if you Chicago as it like at this very moment, right? Like, we have Justin right now. And we kind of want Caleb. We kind of unsure. But if you really want Caleb, then come get him. But the minute that you decide if you decide one way or another before you're on the clock, essentially, I feel like you either lose value in trying to trade Justin Fields, because then it's a foregone conclusion that you're going to get rid of him regardless. So it's like, I'm not going to give you a maximum package, knowing that you're going to have to unload him for whatever you can unload him for, or if you want to come and get this, like we know that y'all don't really want to move on from the pick. I mean, but that y'all can't move on from the pick because y'all gonna keep Justin. So it's like, I'm not gonna give y'all the world knowing that you're not gonna pick the player that we want to pick anyway.
So my question to y'all is, if you have how many teams need a quarterback, right? And then that's the number of teams that falls off the radar once they sign, Baker, Kirk, maybe Russ, and they fill in the QB1 slots. Then you got the rest of the teams. You got the number of quarterbacks in the draft. So Justin has to go somewhere, or Caleb has to go somewhere. So it's almost like, do you want to take the chance? All you need is 2 bidders. I need a quarterback. I want Justin. Those 2 bidders will go after. They can't not have a quarterback. So that's the issue I'm having, is like, how many teams really need a QB1, and is Justin a QB1? And if that's true, that will be part of the market. Is all I'm saying. So, but I agree. I think he will most likely move in right now before the draft. But I just feel like I can see Chicago playing games if they really wanted to.
If they do that, man, I think they're gonna lose out, because like your point, the quarterbacks that don't make a move on these free agency guys, you looking at the draft, like the top 3 teams, or the top 3 teams, well, let's take out Chicago, right? So you got us, you have
New England.
New England and the Giants, right? You need a quarterback?
Giants.
Yeah, Giants. So you got those three teams. So those are the top three quarterbacks right there. Then they saying like 4 quarterbacks can go in the top 10. And then you got these other 2 quarterbacks that can go on the back end. How much more are, just like you said earlier, how much more are you valuing them over Justin? So then that takes away like another 3 teams. I think Chicago, like to your point, like I think Chicago could really mess this up and end up getting like a 6 for Justin if they don't move early, because it's like you putting yourself in the man. And even if they say, you know what, we keeping Justin and we're gonna trade this pick, you know, the more they wait, the more teams start to do more film, more review, looking at these quarterbacks. We might be like, man, look, we cool with all 3 of them, so we out the picture. Because even New England jump us to get number 1, they get Caleb. All right, we cool because we cool with all 3 of them. We did enough film. They came in for the 30-day visits, all that good stuff. We cool with it. So even if they decide to go that route and trade the number 1 pick, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think they still get some type of haul or whatever, but it's not going to be a bidding. It ain't going to be like a bidding.
Yeah, they're not going to trade it for.
So I think the longer they wait, the less compensation they're going to get for both for the pick and for Justin.
Yeah, I think, like you said, to your point, I feel like the potentially, not saying it's gonna happen, it's gospel, but like the longer you wait, it's like, okay, listen, Caleb is good. Don't get me wrong, Caleb is good, but Jaden or Drake or whoever is good enough that we don't have to give up we can stay where we at or give up less to move up and get one of those players, that we don't have to give you 6 picks to move up and get Caleb. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You never know. The Giants could want to jump all the way up just to get May, and that leaves us with Caleb. You know what I'm saying? So I just think the longer they wait, man, I think they hustling backwards. To be honest,
I think
they lose their bluff instantly.
I don't think the market for Justin is going to be very strong.
Me either. I don't think it's strong now, especially when he made. I think like I you know, and Mantrell was saying this. I was saying that Pose is moving kind of elite, but I don't know now. Like he made those comments about he gonna need a historic haul for number 1 and all this and Justin. I don't know, man. Justin might be at a 3rd round right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Pose could be messing this up, man. I don't know, man.
He just traded a 5th for a center. He gave Sweat $100 million, which some people think is not bad. You know, they traded down last year and ended up with the 1st round pick. I think so far he's doing a decent job. I just think this year is going to be like the big move.
He just traded a 5th to Buffalo a few minutes ago.
Yep,
for a guard.
For a guard.
So let's get to some of these comments. The leverage now to pick for sale. Who want Caleb? Yeah, man. Like, just do it now, man. He do not like Justin.
Which is fair, but all it takes is one person in the right position to be like, "Yo, we could turn him into something."
Yep, Justin
for a very low value.
If they decide to not keep him. What's up, AJ?
Hey, what up, AJ?
What's up, Christopher? What if we call Chicago's? But I think a lot of teams is calling, and I don't think it's so much of a bluff, but it's like, look, the longer you wait, the more film we getting on these other quarterbacks. Not just the top 3. I mean, like the top 7 quarterbacks. A lot of teams is like, man, look, I don't see where like a lot of these teams, like the gaps is starting to decrease. Even if it's fool's gold, even if they like putting too much into the tape in the film. But however you want to look at it, the gap between these quarterbacks is starting to decrease.
So DT, what do you think? What do you think about this scenario? What if the Giants end up sending a package over to Chicago for Justin? How would Justin fit in that Giants scheme, that Dayball scheme?
I think he'll fit perfectly.
He would fit perfectly, but their O-line ain't good either. I mean, I can see the plan because Dayball worked with Josh Allen. I see the vision, but they gotta get stuff fixed around that team too. as much as everybody talks about Daniel Jones and all the stuff he is, and he's an average quarterback anyway, but they've been rebuilding their offensive line since Eli was there. So
Sure
I
enough.
don't know
But what's the difference between him and Daniel Jones?
Justin Fields is an elite athlete.
No. I'm talking about production.
Production wise. I mean, Daniel Jones threw for 3,000 yards. That's the only thing I can think of. And Justin ran for 1,000.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Like,
Daniel
are you
Jones
saying-
runs. I mean,
Seven?
yeah, what 7? No, I ain't saying they the same. I'm just talking about production. Like the Giants just paid him, you know, 130 something $million, whatever it was. Now they're gonna bring in Justin. You know, are they gonna exercise a fifth? They didn't do that. Like that whole I just don't. I don't know if he's enough for me to trade for him.
They got issues,
having Daniel Jones.
They got.
I think they have issues, but I'm just thinking about. I think if you believe in Justin's potential, and if you believe in your coaching ability, you believe you can hit. You know, you can address your offensive line. You now got a better offensive line coach. Hey, you know Justin's weaknesses or limitations. That's an elite athlete. You know, so it just feels I can see someone like talking themselves into it, and it's going to count you like what, a second, maybe a third or a fourth even.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can move on. You can start building your line, your defense, and everything else. And you put that number, what is it, number 4, number 5, whatever they have. So
they need O-line. They need a guy at wide receiver. They need a guy, not just no regular person that could be fourth string. They need like a Malik Neighbors or a.
Well, I was gonna say you get Justin, you get Neighbors, and that with that number 5 pick, you go and get your offensive line in the second round. I mean, you in the free agency, you might be talking about something.
I mean, you got a lot of money in the quarterback room. I don't know. Well,
if you trade for Justin Fields, you got to move on from Daniel Jones though for the Giants, right?
I think they will.
Yeah, he there. Like he.
But he's going to be on. Speaking of Kirk, he's going to be on the prop too. He come from ACL. No one's talking about that very much.
He got the neck injury and all. No, the Giants are.
He's not starting week 1. He injured. So somebody got to
might not even play no more. Somebody gonna come up for the transcend quarter percentages. Tell us all 3 won't be 7. Yeah, that's true. I'm not arguing that. Y'all keep saying they mess up.
But I think it's bigger than just the first 3, though.
No, I'm talking about like the actual haul they can get, the bidders. Like the more bidders you have, the more of the haul, the more assets you can accumulate. The longer you wait, the more people begin to fill that role with someone else, or sign free agents or look to other places. Like the more teams you have bidding, the more haul you can get. Yeah, like we said, they're still going to get a nice package for sure, especially for that first pick. But when you have bidders, you can get more.
I think historically most of these trades occur between now and the middle of March for either the draft or
like when the league year kind of starts and
exactly,
smaller dominoes, less significant dominoes start falling.
I think the Bears trade or the Carolina traded with the Bears last year. I want to say right around like the 14th or something like that. So
interesting, man.
Them boys fumbled the bag. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't know. It just kind of depends. The offseason's still here. I don't care too much about the players. Like the players going to back whoever's on their team. I mean, the analysts, you can find some that looks to say get rid of him, get Caleb, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Ex-coaches,
them the same players is why they only won 3 games or 4 games in the last 3 years.
They probably about to go too.
Player got to be like god awful for his team. Like, yeah, man, get rid of bro. Like we good on him.
I told you, everybody moving and shaking in the north. Shaking. That's that pro-black stuff. Let me see. For Chicago to get the best value, Justin has to be traded before legal tampering next Monday. Yep, I agree. Folks want the sure thing. Kentucky quarterback stock rose just a bit with the combine. To your point, Deuce, things are getting new information the longer you wait. Yeah, man.
Wait,
Who's
what
Kentucky
was the
quarterback?
short thing? You told Will Levis last year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming.
Oh Lord.
Well, I told y'all Will wasn't all that.
I mean, did it
Whatever.
really,
I
Rose?
mean, he played better towards the end of the year, though.
Mm.
He was
They're
also
not. They're not going quarterback
injured.
again. They're not going quarterback again. Tell you that.
You
You
ain't
don't
even
think so?
picked two of them in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Everybody,
So, Justin options are Steelers, Falcons, and New England. What
Where
about the
Tannehill
Raiders?
gonna go down? Think about it.
What about the Raiders, AJ? Trade for Fields, draft Harrison. Yeah,
He's saying for us or
for
I
us.
think
Yeah, for us.
that's
I'm
that's
good
us.
on that.
his fantasy team?
Why would the Giants do that? They got other issues. I mean, yeah, teams have other issues, but if you believe that you have a franchise quarterback, you get them and deal with those issues
We're
after
not
you.
we're not listening to KC fans right now. They can't talk.
Yeah, true that. Yeah, like
Yeah, no.
stay
Like,
here
get
because
out of here.
you stay here, Ross, because you helping out algorithm. But
Yeah, stay here, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Devin Leary, man, ain't nobody finna pick
Rose.
Devin Leary that high trail.
Wide receivers hated Daniel Jones, bro.
Trail said he was talking about Devin Leary from this year. Devin Leary. Listen, bro.
situation matters for quarterbacks. Yeah, that's true, Steve. Bring Fields to Washington with click. Oh
You can talk
God.
about Devin Leary on Twitter.
Justin and Pittsburgh will be problematic with Deontay. I think they're trying to move off from Deontay. I think they're trying to move off from him. I will go on record with that. If Arthur Smith likes Pickett, he would love Justin. Yeah, but Khan came out and said they all in with Kenny Pickett. So take that how you want. Trade for Snead. Look, you always trying to trade Snead. No, y'all gonna deal with that ankle, that knee yourself.
ain't that Arthur Smith offense like that Tennessee offense? It's just like a run heavy offense. I mean,
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Mark that's a good quarterback is 2 and draft possibles if I had to put this.
all it takes is one person to be like, oh yeah, I can fix Justin Fields for a third of what it would take to move up in the draft.
even better if you got two people to think that. Now you got some
Right.
competition.
I'm just saying as far as moving him, or having a team willing to come get him.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Luke Gessie is in Oakland now. That's right. I forgot. He said that's just mean. Now stay around, man. Help us with our algorithm. Hit that
I
like
agree
button
with-
for me, y'all.
I agree with the fellas in the earlier comments. I mean,
Chris.
I do think Chicago has a very upswing in terms of their roster. I like their roster the way it's coming together. So
Who?
probably love Chicago.
Oh
the
yeah,
Bears.
yeah.
Like I don't think they're that far away.
Yeah, they got.
I just don't know if Justin can do it though. I don't know. You okay with giving Schultz 10 and 11 million for like 2 years? I think he's going to command more than that. How old is Schultz? 26?
Something like that.
Dalton still?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tight
I
end
think he's
from
like 20.
Houston.
That might be 1 year. Unless you mean 11 million a year, so like 22 million or something like that.
Dalton
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Dalton's supposed to be 28 before the season starts.
Yeah.
And he just coming off of he had a 1 year deal from the Texans.
Mm-hmm. Combine is too much what you've seen on film, but only thing changing opinions out of hands on the interview. Yeah. Joe Milton in Pittsburgh. We've been dealing with that knee and got 3 weeks. Yeah, that's what we said. I ain't putting yours no more on the screen. You don't get no more on the screen.
I believe.
Look at hey, look, we can't go one show without talking tackle. We know, like we know.
Probably one of your second round picks.
We
If I had
know.
to guess.
We know. What's wrong with the knee on Snead? I hope Brad knows we need full disclosure.
What's wrong with the knee on
Yeah,
Snead?
they drain his knee. He drains his knee every 3 weeks, Henry. Chicago could play this so crazy and have so many picks. Yeah, they can if they move right. They need to move now. Move back to 2 and move back again while you still have 9. Yeah, they could do some crazy stuff. Each projected value. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. 11, 12 mil a year. Looks like they don't have no fifth either. How many picks they got now? 4, 5? I think Trail said it earlier.
Right now, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks. 2 first round, 1 third round, 2 fourth round.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's sent Drake 7, 8, 9 rows. Yeah, man. These next few days gonna be something, man. I definitely can't wait for these dominoes to fall. Free agency is coming up. We definitely gonna talk about free agency next week. Legal tampering starts at 12 o'clock Monday, I think.
I thought it was like midnight. I don't know, bro. Don't give me a line.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's noon Monday. I think they moved everything earlier. So we'll see. We're gonna rock and roll, man. Talk free agency.
You're gonna be here.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, man. Ceelo, what you got, man? You in Atlanta, right? You muted. You pulling the C Henry. There you go.
All right, we talking about free agency?
Nah, we ended. We're gonna talk about free agency next week.
Next time. Oh, okay. I thought it was on free agency. All right. Nah, man, we're good to go, man. I'm ready for this. Like you said, I'm ready for these dominoes to fall. I think we already moved off 3. We already cut Leno, Logan Thomas.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that.
Yeah, Leno, Logan Thomas, Nate they all gone. Bye. Always just thing to get rolling.
Yeah, they out of here. Get them
More money, more problems.
What you got, Breeze?
Man, I'm like Ceelo said, man. I'm waiting to see these dominoes. I'm waiting to see these dominoes fall. And I feel like this time this week, we're gonna probably have a lot more to talk about. So the show don't stop. We ain't finna get no break time till the week before OTAs or something, man. But I'm with it. I'm locked in though. I'm with it.
Yeah,
and we'll be there too.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, DT, take us home, man.
Yeah, this is about to be a crazy off season. Also, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, after the Command Time podcast, we'll be going live on YouTube and on Twitter, and we'll be recapping the scouting combine with HBCU scout Bill Carroll.
Yeah, buddy.
Solid.
Definitely tap in for that one. DT, you gotta know how to host that guy. Boy, oh boy. I love Bill. But Bill can go. Bill be locked in though. You ask him about anybody, you know about their parents, the middle school gym teachers. Like he know everything. Bill definitely be locked in. All right, man. Look, we appreciate y'all for watching, giving us your time. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Hey, why do you put a filter on your junior high school pictures? Anyway, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart, one love.